Fundamentals of Chinese 1, Unit 5, Family. Asking about someone's family. Understand it. So, in our first sentence in our dialogue, Bai Ying Ai has asked a question. The question is, 你家有几口人? So as you work our way through this character by character, try and decipher the meaning before I tell you. Here you should already know 你 and 人, so and it's a question. And we have 有 in here again, and you know that's the possessive, but it has another meaning. We'll see that in a second. So 家 means family or home. 你家 your family. 人 people, and then a question mark. So your home, people, and a question mark. So you should probably be able to decipher what this means already. Let's work our way through. Oh. 你家有几口人? Okay, 有 you learned is the possessive, but here we're introducing another meaning of the word 有. And just like in English, there are words that have more than one meaning. 有 is one of them for Chinese. In English, for example, bear. Bear as in to bear, to endure, or bear as in the animal, a bear. So, 有 means to exist, and that's how it's explained in your book. But I like to think of it as meaning there is or there are. There is or there are. 你家有几口人? So, your home, there are people, question mark. 几 has a few meanings. How many, some, and few. Here it's how many. How many? 几 how many? And you'll notice that 几 is like who, what, where, when, and how. Whenever you're making a question in Chinese that's who, what, where, when, and how, you'll notice that there's no ma. If it's just a regular statement into a question, then you need ma. But here, 几 how many, you don't need ma. 你家有几口人? So, I'm pretty sure you figured out the meaning of this sentence already. What's this ko doing here? Ko is a measure word. It's like g. It has to come between a number and a noun. And in this case, we have 几. 几 isn't a number, but it's how many. So this ko, or any measure word, has to be come in between this 几and the noun. And just so you know, you could say 你家有几个人? This 个, 几个人. You could, because 个 is kind of like a catch-all measure word. But Chinese like to use specific measure words for specific situations. So in this case, when asking how many people are in a family, they like to say 口. 你家有几口人? Okay, so you should have sorted out the meaning to this. Let's take a look at what it is. 拜应爱, how many people are there in your family? 拜应爱, 你家有几口人? Your home, how many are there people? So you notice the word order is quite different than in English. In English we might say, how many people are there in your family? So you might want to pause this recording and kind of repeat this sentence a few times and get this different word order into your head. 你家有几口人? You, family, there are how many people? So you should know the meaning of this. Leo, you know, means 6, 5, 6, 7. 我家有6口人. So you should be able to, just based on what the meaning was in the slide before, in the question, this answer should be pretty clear. If this means 6, 我家有6口人. There are 6 people in my family. And again, you might want to pause and just repeat this to yourself maybe 20 or 30 times, trying to force this new word order into your head, because your brain is going to resist this because you're used to the English word order. 我家有6口人. There are 6 people in my family. Okay, she continues speaking in the dialogue to share who those 6 people are. 我爸爸，我妈妈，一个哥哥. Now, you've seen 大哥 before, meaning big brother. So, 哥哥 is just brother. 我爸爸，我妈妈，一个哥哥. So all this shouldn't be a problem for you. My dad, my mom, a big brother. And she continues to speak. 2个妹妹和我. Okay, so this you're probably unfamiliar with. So let's have a look first at this liang. Liang basically means 2. It's the same as 2. But for some strange reason, liang must be used when expressing a quantity. You cannot use 2. So you can say 1 person, 一个人. You can say 3 people, 3个人. You can say 4 people, 4个人. But when you want to say 2 people, you cannot say 2个人. You must say 2个人. Okay? Just a very strange rule in Chinese about counting. Whenever you're expressing a quantity, any other number, you can just put it directly before 个, and it's fine, except 2 must be replaced by liang when counting a quantity. So we have 2个妹妹和我. So 2 of something, 2 meimeis. What are meimeis? Well, you've learned big sister, you've learned big brother, you've learned little brother, so what's left? Meimei is little sister. 2个妹妹和我. 我, you know, is I or me. So she just said mom, dad, and then 2 brothers, 2个哥哥, 一个哥哥, a brother, and then 2个妹妹, and 和我. So this is the end of the sentence, so you should be able to figure out what 和 means. And if you guess that 和 means and, you are correct. 2个妹妹和我. So the meaning of this sentence should be pretty clear to you. 2 little sisters and me. So the whole sentence, if you're following along in your book, we had 我爸爸，我妈妈，一个哥哥，2个妹妹和我. And there are the people in our family. Now Leo asks the same question of Bai Ying Ai. Or Bai Ying Ai asks the same question of Leo. Leo, 你家有几口人? So you just learned this a few slides back. Do you remember what it means? Leo, how many people are there in your family? And again, if this word order is bothering you, which it probably is, I remember it was very frustrating to me. It really helps to just repeat these phrases over and over again. And as you repeat them, think about what it means. And pretty soon that word order won't bother you so much, because it is, in this situation, quite different than the word order in English. Okay, this shouldn't be much of a problem for you. 我家有五口人. Remember, this 有 means there is or there are. 我家有五口人. So the meaning of that should be pretty obvious. There are 5 people in my family. So it was Bai Ying-ai, whose family had 6口人, 6 people. And Leo's family has 五口人, 5 people.